The hardest part about being a law enforcement officer is what it takes from you. Being a night shift cop, I give up so much family time. You end up losing friends. I sleep during the day and I'm awake during the night. Every bad call you go to, it does wear on you. It does take a little piece of you out.
What inspires me is to help people, to make sure everybody gets home safe, everybody can enjoy their activities daily safely, and that the people that want to do harm go away. My name is Mark Haney and I'm an officer with the Columbia Police Department.
My name is Shane Mosby and I'm a police officer at Columbia Police Department. Teenagers get alcohol from friends, family, somebody they know who is overage, or they will end up with fake ID and get their alcohol that way.
I determine if an ID is real. A lot of times you can look at it and depending on the quality, it'll be really crappy. The picture will be coming off, there'll be plastic on the front of it. But the true all test is we can either run it by the operator license number that's on the driver's license or by name and date, and it'll come back what we call not on file, which means that that doesn't exist in any driving record system, which means it's a fake. For purchasing alcohol with a fake ID, you get the fake ID charge, you'll get minor in possession of alcohol.
Generally, it's a summons to court, which can include a fine, community service, and possibly loss of license and probation. There's
nothing glorious to underage drinking, and then you get caught. A nuisance party, if you live there, it's a $500 fine automatically. MIP is $500. And if you hire an attorney, you're looking at least $2,000 to $5,000 on top of that for an attorney. So it's not anything that you want to do. The end consequences go well beyond just that night. I think it's very important for teens to talk to their parents about underage drinking because you don't really know what it's like to be in that situation until it's too late. But at least they can help you set a plan. If you go to a party and you're like, hey, there's alcohol here, I'm not comfortable, they can come pick you up and get you home and out of that unsafe environment of whatever's going on.
The most common misconception a teen has with drinking is that everything's going to be fine. Oftentimes it's not.
They think it's okay. They think they can handle their alcohol. In reality, they can't. Underage drinkers, they get highly intoxicated. They're the ones doing vandalisms because they're not used to alcohol. So it blurs all their mind's abilities. So if they're running crazy through the streets, getting behind the wheels of cars, they don't think they're going to get caught. We can tell when a driver's intoxicated by your driving, lane violations, speed, you run a red light, you run a stop sign, you're crossing lines, driving the wrong way. And then when we make contact with you, it's the odors, your eyes, your speech, and then obviously our field sobriety tests.
The standardized version of a field sobriety test is the horizontal gaze nystagmus, where you're looking for nystagmus in the eye. The second test is the walk and turn test, which is a 9-step test with a turn and 9 steps back. The third test is a 1-leg stand.
It helps us determine when someone's under the influence, especially with 1-leg stand and walk and turn, because it's a divided attention test. So you got to be able to focus on multiple aspects. The horizontal gaze nystagmus, what we're looking for there is the involuntary jerking of eyes. And that's our best one because you can't hide that. There's no way to practice it. It's the body's natural reaction to certain drugs and alcohol.
I've been involved in working multiple drunk driving crashes. You know, you pull somebody over for driving drunk and arrest them, and you always think, you know, maybe they would have gotten in an accident. And it's the calls that you respond to where they did get in an accident or it's a fatal accident that really reinstills how important it is to catch people who are driving while intoxicated, even if it's just for a block or they're just going home, and further educate people on not driving while intoxicated. I don't believe that anybody goes and gets in the car thinking that they're too drunk to drive. It's an easy mistake to make. You think that you're less impaired than you are because of alcohol impairing you. And that leads you to possibly get behind the wheel when you're not okay to drive, but you think you are. Honestly, it's not worth it. If you do drink, don't drive. But if you're underage, just don't drink.
Please don't do it. I've given enough bad news to parents on fatal crashes. I've seen the end results, and it's not pretty. Those are the things that as first responders, we always deal with. It never goes away for us. So when we see that dead body crumpled in a car, underneath a car, it sticks with you. You never forget it. You can close your eyes on any given night and relive half the scenes you've seen. I can drive through Columbia and point out every accident, fatal, or serious physical injury that's occurred with an underage drinker. It does more harm to you, especially if you're caught drinking and driving. It's not worth it. And in the end, your parents want you to come home. I want you to come home. So don't do it. It's not worth it.